Coming up on SBU-TV, we learn about local businesses' plan of action for the Super Bowl and find out what Bonaventure's professors are tweeting about.
This is SBU-TV.
Hello and welcome to SBU-TV. I'm Brittany Whalley.
And I'm Kayla O'Keefe. On Sunday, the Giants and Patriots are set for a super rematch in Indianapolis. With all the hype that surrounds each Super Bowl, Michael Colaianni took a look at how some local businesses are preparing for the game.
This Sunday, two of the NFL's most storied franchises set the stage for the most important day in American sports, the Super Bowl. With an expected audience of more than 100 million, the game is an important day for bars and restaurants, including local hotspots such as Randy's Up the River, Manja's Pizzeria, and Fathead's Tavern. With the average cost of a Super Bowl ticket up to well over $2,000, it makes sense for most of us to find a nice spot to watch the big game with friends. I caught up with a few local businesses to see how they are setting up in anticipation of Super Sunday. Randy Korkowicz, owner of Randy's Up the River, discusses how his restaurant brings in the crowds.
I usually have giveaways, hats and t-shirts, and then at halftime for my wonderful paying customers, I'll put out some food, which is a secret every year. People just have a great time. We just have a lot of fun, play some games, whatever, and as long as people can watch and pay attention to the game too and listen to the commercials.
At Fathead's Tavern in downtown Allegheny, bartender Andrea Hamel highlights some of the specials they will be running to lure in customers.
Drink specials are $1.75 course, and then we have an $8 buffet, and that includes pizza, wings, nachos, sloppy joes, or pulled pork. So we're really excited for people to come this year. Hopefully, it's going to be a big turnout, so we're hoping for a lot of people. It should be fun.
Manja's Pizzeria is gearing up for a busy day as well, and owner Jason Isman gave us a preview of what he will be offering this Sunday.
This year we're doing $10 any size pizza, 50-cent wings.
The Super Bowl is always a busy day, and it is no different for this pizza parlor.
The Super Bowl Sunday we'll do double everything, double sales, double chicken wings. We'll go through a week's worth of chicken wings in that one day.
And what is Randy's prediction for this year's Battle of the Lombardi Trophy?
I think the Giants are going to win 30-27.
For SBU-TV, I'm Mike Colaianni.
The big game kicks off at 6:30 this Sunday.
20 years ago, several religious icons were painted onto the walls of St. Mary's Byzantine Catholic Church. Now the church plans on sharing them with the community. Conor Mooney has more.
Starting February 4th, the first Sunday of each month, church officials invite the public to experience their large collection of Byzantine art.
There's a continuing educational process that we hope to open to the community at St. Bonaventure or the people of Whalley.
The icons seen behind me here help to tell the story of Jesus Christ in the Eastern Church since before the invention of the printing press and are believed to be a window into heaven.
The icon is always in the now or the present.
The concept of these icons is to teach the great value that exists in this Eastern art.
We are a church that has an obligation to share the light, and the light is refulgent in our icons. And that's exactly what an icon is meant to do, to bring the light to us.
The Eastern Rite Ruthenian Catholic Church opened in 1915 and are best known throughout the community for their yearly Slovakian festival. If the gatherings are successful, they will continue into the foreseeable future. The monthly open house will run from 5:15 to 6 p.m. For St. Mary's Byzantine Catholic Church in Olean, Conor Mooney, SBU-TV.
With the exception of April, the open house will run every month throughout the year.
St. Bonaventure University professors have found a new way on how to incorporate social networking websites in the classroom. I took a look. Whether it's Facebook, tweeting, or blogging, social media has become a part of the daily routine of millions worldwide.
In the morning, you get up, you get dressed, you brush your teeth, you check your Facebook.
Now many St. Bonaventure University professors are putting their students' tweeting to the test. Nancy Casey, an education professor, requires that each of her students join the Twitter community.
One of the concerns that most faculty have is making sure that their students come to class prepared.
Casey assigns a weekly reading for her students. Once completed, their requirement is to tweet about what they read.
My idea was I want them to respond to the readings. And if all I'm asking you to do is write 140 characters, that's just not that much of an onerous assignment.
Twitter users are in total averaging about 55 million tweets a day among its 105 million registered users. But what was life like before the chirp? Shelley Jack put her students to the test by having them take a famine from tweeting for 2 days. Some of her students found it difficult to do.
Twitter is their source for news, and it was bothersome to them that they didn't have, Twitter to find out the latest things.
Jack assigned her students to blog about how they coped with giving up such a popular social network.
They're so used to having it that they haven't really thought about, its implications and how it is a part of their daily life.
This is only the beginning for professors using Twitter for classroom assignments. Who knows where they'll go next? For SBU-TV, I am Kayla O'Keefe. There has been a 182% increase in the number of mobile Twitter users over the past year.
If you want to hear live music while having a night out on the town, the Hickey Tavern is the place that will satisfy your needs.
The Hickey Tavern is the only bar in Allegheny that plays live music on a weekly basis.
We started having live music, we had like a really good response. And consequently, the music got better, and the bands got better, and and now we get, like some pretty well-known bands.
Patrons of live music for years, and as you can see, they have no plans of stopping.
In my opinion, why would someone go and stand in the back row of a concert and pay hundreds of dollars when you're seeing this little tiny speck of a person or watching that entertainer on a teleprompter? And I don't begrudge anybody going to see someone that's their favorite artist. I've been to Jimmy Buffett, and it's a great time. But as I said, he's this big on stage, and you have to watch him on the teleprompter. And here you can pay $5 and come and stand face to face with the entertainment.
Many people enjoy the rich history of live music at the Hickey Tavern, including this reporter. I'm Ricky Hoffend, and this is SBU-TV.
The Hickey Tavern is open Tuesday through Saturday nights, and anyone over 21 is welcome. The installation of local turbines continues to stir a whirlwind of controversy. SBU-TV's Danny Bush has the details.
The Olean and Allegheny wind turbine project is once again on hold. Gary Abraham, a local environmental lawyer and member of the Concerned Citizens of Cattaraugus County, discloses the main reason for this. Even though the town board had approved it last August with a 4-to-1 vote.
Now that the company is back before the town seeking a road use agreement, the town's not sure it wants to agree. It's very much up in the air whether EverPower will be allowed to go through Chipmunk Road and other parts of the town.
Citizens are still concerned about the dull, low-frequency ambient sound these wind turbines make as well. Local law states that the windmills must not exceed 3 decibels above the normal noise level. During the day, the windmills seem inaudible. At night, it is much more noticeable, thus violating that 3-decibel law. Abraham said there is no deadline for the town to decide on the road agreement.
I think this will be on the agenda of their meeting of February 28th. And we'll see how it goes. If the town says no, then EverPower will have a real problem.
For SBU-TV, I'm Danny Bush.
Currently, it is against local policy to erect a windmill within 2,500 feet of a resident's home.
Coming up in sports, we check in with the women's basketball team and we tackle the story of a local legend.
As an intellectual in this country, I am more qualified to make public policy. I've yet to find the woman who's my intellectual peer. Hey ladies, Clarence, Straight white male seeks a good cook, someone cool.
This guy votes. Shouldn't you? Y2Vote. For voter info, call toll-free or see us at y2vote.org.
Welcome back to SBU-TV. For sports, I'm Mike Colaianni. The Bonnies are off to a 21-2 start to the season. Ryan Lazo took a look into how they have had so much success.
3 straight WNIT appearances, 3 straight 20-win seasons. The success no longer surprises Bonnies coach Jim Crowley.
I don't put anything past them because I know how they love to compete and I know what they've committed to this year. But still, to have this difficult of a stretch to start the A10 season and to have had consistent success is something that is surprising, might be too strong a word, but certainly been very pleasing.
St. Bonaventure narrowly missed being among the top 25, but their success is built to last. The Bonnies have benefited from a step-it-up mentality. No one exemplifies this better than senior forward Jennie Ashton.
Known as like a hustle player, and hustle players don't really have that many stats, so you know, we just try to get as many possessions as we can for our team.
Senior guard Jessica Jenkins leads the team in scoring, but believes it's Ashton who makes an impact.
Probably harder than almost anybody else on the court day in and day out, and it shows in games. Huge play for us, don't really show up in the stat sheet, but I mean, she's getting rebounds.
Successful teams have players step up when needed, and Ashton helps fill that role for the Bonnies.
Take in what is happening during the game and see what's needed, because usually they need more rebounds, so that's my job to go get more rebounds.
Crowley thinks it's the constant belief that teammates will pick each other up that has led to success.
Well, I think it helps their confidence because they know, all right, I'm going to have a bad time, but I'm going to keep playing hard, and someone will pick me up in some other way. And the key to that is just knowing your teammates are going to play hard.
Keeping focus is now paramount, but Crowley believes the Bonnies have enough hunger to want more.
I mean, we're picked to finish 6th. We're still, have people who after games talk about, let one get away, those kind of things. If you want to compete and you love to compete, it doesn't matter what your record is, it matters what's in front of you.
For SBU-TV, I'm Ryan Lazo.
The Bonnies look to continue their 10-game winning streak tomorrow at home against George Washington. The St. Bonaventure baseball team is back in season. Kate Glennon reports.
Last year, the Bonnies barely missed the conference tournament in a tiebreaker with Richmond and LaSalle.
I thought we were going to make it to the A10 tournament, finishing in the top 6, but because of tiebreakers and a couple losses earlier in the season, we got left out.
This season, the Bonnies are hoping to hit a grand slam and run all the way home with an A10 title. The team graduated 4 seniors and returned 6 of their 9 starters and also added 8 newcomers to their roster. Junior Billy Urban switched from shortstop to third base, clearing the position for junior transfer Michael Meredith to fill. DH Eric Jutka gained a starting position in the left field, and senior Ryan Shelley will start in the right field. Meredith is the only newcomer to be added to the starting lineup.
Mike's fitting in really well with the team. He's jumping in with 3 guys that have been starting for the last 2 years for us.
While changes are being made on the defensive end, the Bonnies' offense is still out of the park. Last season, both Urban and Radwan had the highest batting average for their positions in the A10.
I mean, it's cool. I won't really try to think about that, though. I'm more worried about getting the Bonnies some W's.
For SBU-TV, I'm Kate Glennon.
For the first time in years, the team was able to get some outdoor practice time in before their annual trip to Florida. A Western New York native is stealing the Super Bowl headlines this week. SBU-TV's Tyler Diedrich caught up with one of Rob Gronkowski's best friends right here in Olean.
It's a rematch of one of the greatest games in NFL history when the Patriots and Giants meet in Super Bowl 46 Sunday in Indianapolis. Rather than focusing on Tom Brady or Eli Manning, most of the attention has been on a Western New York native.
New England tight end Rob Gronkowski. Certainly a lot of talk about Rob Gronkowski. Gronkowski, the Gronk.
Rob Gronkowski set an NFL single-season tight end record with 17 touchdowns in the regular season, but his status for the Super Bowl is questionable due to a high ankle sprain. Before he became a star for the Patriots, Gronkowski grew up in suburban Buffalo and played football, baseball, and basketball at Williamsville North High School. Alex Calderon was Gronkowski's teammate in all 3 sports before Gronkowski transferred to a school near Pittsburgh before his senior year. Calderon called Gronkowski a monster of an athlete.
You know, people were always scared to face him and scared to tackle him and scared to pitch to him or hit off him, and it's really never changed, I guess. He's just kind of had that scary athletic mentality ever since we were young kids.
Calderon says Gronkowski is still the same person despite his fame and fortune, and the two remain close friends.
He's just a big goofball, and he has been. He will always be. He'll never change. It's just the way he's always been. None of this media hype and success has changed him at all.
Calderon said he's excited to watch his friend try and achieve a lifelong dream early in his career.
He was born a few days before I was, and he has an opportunity to have something that players like, and even at his own position, have played a ton of years for. Tony Gonzalez, Tony Gates. He might have a Super Bowl ring at 22, and that is absolutely something he's always dreamed about.
I asked Calderon the one question everyone wants answered. Will Gronkowski be healthy enough to play on Sunday?
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind he will 100% suit up and get on that field. Nothing will stop him from playing in Super Bowl 46.
For SBU-TV, I'm Tyler Diedrich.
If Gronkowski and the Patriots win, it would be the second straight year a former Section 6 player earned a Super Bowl title. James Starks of Niagara Falls won last year with the Packers. That's all this week for SBU-TV. I'm Mike Colaianni.
I'm Kayla O'Keefe.
And I'm Brittany Whalley. For the rest of us here in the Coop Lab, thanks for watching.